Hey everyone, welcome to Rev Trev NFL. My name is Rev Trev, and I'm so glad that you're here because I'm going to be talking about the big game, the division rival battle. What a battle, what a bloodbath. That was such an entertaining game. I mean, obviously, as a Packers fan, I'm disappointed that we lost to the Lions. It was a close game. It was amazing. It was hard. It was nuts. It was one of those games where you're just sitting there and you're going, like, not only is this fun to watch, but I'm sitting there like, after the game, I'm just disappointed we lost. And just a crazy, crazy game. There's so much to talk about, but the Packers lose 31-34. What a high-scoring game, too. Like, two good defenses, and this is what happens. And so here we are, 31-34. Man, I really wanted to win this game. I really wanted them to see in the win column. It was 11 wins, 2 losses for the rival Lions. And I get it. They're good. They're really good. We're going to talk about them. I'm going to give them a lot of credit tonight, whatever. I'm recording this the next day. So hope that you enjoy this video. If you haven't hit the like and subscribe, if you haven't liked this video yet, please do. You can follow me on X, which is Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and Facebook. Just a reminder, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you're on there, hit the like and subscribe there. My TikTok is going really good too. But Facebook and Twitch and on X, I do tons of content. So please take a moment to follow me. But I just want to talk about this game. So let's dive into this game, everyone, and it's going to be an interesting one. So, first thing I want to talk about is this: Green Bay should have won this game. We should have won. No excuses, none. End of the day, we should have won this game. They had so many injuries. I mean, we've got a good team. We should be winning this game with all the injuries that they had. Now, obviously, they're a good team for a reason. They're stacked. They got lots of depth. So do we, though. And that's the thing. It's like this is a big moment, a big game. We should be in the games. Not only in the games, but we should be winning games like this. Even though it's in Detroit. Last year in Detroit, we smoked them. So I just don't think there's an excuse. There's no excuses. And I know that, like, I've been watching tons of content. Last night we actually had a ton of people over for a big Christmas party. My wife had planned this big party, and I'm like, I put my phone away. I said, I'm not going to touch my phone. I do not know what the score is going to be. I didn't watch the game until 10 o'clock Pacific time. So it was after midnight when the game ended for me. And yeah, I just look at this game, and there's lots of people just making videos now and talking about the excuses and the reasons and all that kind of stuff. I just don't think there's any excuses. You have to win games like this. Now, here's the thing about this game, in my opinion, is it wasn't do or die. Like both these teams are going to make the playoffs. It's about seeding. It's about I know Vikings fans are cheering for us because they want to win the North. We wanted to win the North. But now Detroit has 4 divisional wins, which is insane. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy. There's so many things. Like I wanted to get to 10 wins already because that would be phenomenal. We will get to 10 wins, but that's the thing. We should have won this game. No excuses. Absolutely no excuses. But can we just talk a little bit about Green Bay's play calling? I just felt like first half, our play calling was not good. It was not good. And it showed. Not that the Lions, I'm going to give the Lions a lot of credit here. They deserve this win because they earned it. They earned it. Now, no team deserves a win or doesn't deserve a win, but just a heads up. Their play calling, Green Bay's play calling, I thought in the first half was terrible. Second half, it looked like a completely different team. And it could have been just a massive blowout. it was disappointing that we were down 17-7 at halftime. And we'll get into some of the reasons why that, but I was concerned. I remember BPAC talking to me against, man, the play calling again has been disappointing this season. And I agree. And speaking of Billy, he's here. Bummer ending. Team needs someone to step up and make the play to win these close games. Too many times they can't make the plays when needed. You're right. You're right, Billy. Absolutely right. Okay. Let me give the Lions some credit. Congrats on getting to 12-1. Congrats on winning the game. You are a very good team. In fact, you're the best team, in my opinion, in the NFL right now. I think I would give you the nod over Kansas City. But, I mean, arguably, either it's you or Kansas City that should be considered the best team in the league right now. In saying that, I just want to go on to say, and there's a lot of conversation right now that people don't believe in the Lions still because of Coach Campbell and the wild calls he make. And I agree, they're wild. He should not be making those, but it worked. And this is the thing about those calls, like on that fourth down, he shouldn't have done that. But when it works, you're a genius. When it doesn't work, you're absolutely nuts, bro. Like, you're just like, this guy's not very good. The criticisms are, what I found was they made it on the fourth down, and the criticisms are still there. They do not believe in this coach's gambling and taking the risks. And I know Lions fans are loving it because not only are they relevant, not only are they good, but more often than not, it works out for them. And it's an exciting thing to see. I mean, it's been years and years and years, like decades since they've been great. And so it's nice for them to be able to be in that position. I just get nervous and say there's going to be a day it's going to bite you in the butt. And that we've seen it already happen in the past, but we will see. We will see what happens, everyone, because it's just very, very interesting, in my opinion, how they run their team. But they will go to war every week. They'll run through a brick wall for Coach Campbell, and I think that's really inspiring and amazing. I love how he gets his team fired up, especially a team that was depleted, right? So absolutely. But I want to give the credit to the Lions. Congrats on the win. Now, I do want to talk about us Packer fans, and I get it. I understand why you want to blame the refs, but can I just tell you, it's just not a good enough excuse. I coach basketball. I've coached different sports in my life, and I talk to the students or the players, and I say, listen, sometimes you got to beat the opposition and the refs, and definitely that happened. And I'm not going to sit here and I'm going to complain about every single call that they missed, because they missed calls on us too. But the ones they called on us were definitely blatant, but I'm not that guy. Like, I just do not want to be the guy who's like, the reason why we lost is because of the refs. Did we lose because of the refs? Possibly. But at the end of the day, they had so many injuries. We should have won that game. It was really disappointing. Their game plan was amazing. The pressure they got on Jordan Love was incredible. And so I just don't want to sit here and pretend like that all that stuff didn't matter and we're just going to talk about the refs. And I've listened to podcasts. I've listened to lots of YouTube videos on what people are thinking, and it's just surrounded by this. And I get it. I get it. So I just want to throw it out there. I mean, I'll show you this picture. The Lions weren't penalized on any of these plays. Okay, on any of these plays. And obviously, like, when you look at it this way, these are all four of these are penalties. They just are. The St. Brown one is. The one about the Jordan Love one, I don't like it that someone taps someone's helmet. That one, he kind of clobbered him, so I understand why people are upset. The neutral zone infraction, absolutely. the holding on the last one, obviously, you know what I mean? It is what it is, everyone. And I just don't want to make excuses. We lost the game. It was disappointing. And so I want to post in the comments, do you really blame the refs for this loss? Or do you think that the Lions found a way to win? Because I'm the guy, I'm not blaming the refs on this. Every game there's missed calls. Now, Kansas City gets a lot of calls their way. So I just like, I get it. I just don't want to. It's too easy. It's too easy to let them off the Packers off the hook for that because of the refs. Now, granted, we're playing a great team, and this is a league of parity, and sometimes calls make the difference in the game. I understand, but post in the comments whether you believe you want to blame the refs for this loss. Now let's just talk about some positive things. Tucker Kraft, that catch was insane. That was insane. And he got blown up a couple times in this game. I mean, the Lions are very physical. The good thing is I love to see what the Packers did, and we were very physical as well. So it was a great battle. Like, it was a great game to watch. But Tucker Kraft, he has exceeded all my expectations so far. But that catch, that touchdown was absolutely insane. Basically diving, two hands, catches it in, drags it in. What a player. What a catch. Him and Joseph, the beef that they're having, I'm loving that right now. And he's right. Joseph is, the things that he's doing, it's dirty. It is what it is. And I love that Tucker Kraft is sticking up for our team. Josh Jacobs, another 3-game touchdown performance. Aaron who? Yeah, I've told people, like, I didn't want to let Aaron Jones go, but when I knew that Josh Jacobs was coming to Green Bay, I was like, I am totally okay that's our next guy. That's, like, to me, I knew he was going to be good. I didn't know if he was going to be this good, but I knew he was going to be great. Like, I knew he was going to be great. And he is such a great running back. If he can stay healthy, this guy changes the dynamic of our offense. I do think we rely a lot more on the run than I would anticipate, but man, his production this year has been phenomenal, especially lately. One of the negatives, though, was Jaden Reed. He was a ghost. Couldn't see him anywhere. Where did he go? And that one catch wasn't ruled a catch. We got to find ways to get the ball to Jaden Reed. He's a playmaker, a difference maker, and that was disappointing. Now, the pass rush did affect that. I think there were some plays that we're going to be able to, we were going to be able to do it, but we weren't able to pull it off because just the pass rush was coming too quick. So Jaden Reed just needs to get in that offense. When he does, he's a guy that's not only explosive but scores touchdowns for us. Christian Watson was really good, but if he didn't fumble that one, I was annoyed by that fumble. I was so annoyed by that fumble, everyone. And I was just sitting there going, yeah, these are those moments. And basically, it happened early on, so, maybe it wouldn't have made a difference. But, the way the score ended up, it just felt like that was a difference maker for us. So I think we need Dobbs back. Wicks was pretty good last night. I thought I was impressed by him. Not only can he block, but he caught passes, which, that shouldn't be abnormal for a wide receiver, but the amount of drops he's had, that was good. That was progress there. The Packers defense were good, but they weren't great. And the big question for me is, where's the pass rush? Where's the pass rush? Now, there's so many things to talk about when it comes to that. Like Carl Brooks, almost like I wish he would have tackled Montgomery instead of trying to get Goff there. That would have been such a game changer for that moment. But the pass rush is gone, and some people are going to push back and say, well, it's because of Preston Smith. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he would have been the difference maker in this game. I mean, maybe he would have. But I think the Green Bay Packers need to draft edge rushers that are effective and O-line next year. That's what we need to draft. Here's the thing about the edge rushers. Like Aiden Hutchinson, who didn't play, to get a guy like that, you have to be bottom barrel to get a guy like that. You know, sometimes you can fluke out and get a Michael Parsons later on in the draft or a little bit, I think he went, 8th or 11th, his draft. But like Hutchinson I think he went 2nd overall, right? So to get those kind of guys, like when we got Reggie White, all of a sudden it changed the whole course for our team. We end up winning Super Bowl. Like those guys make differences. Chris Jones, Lawrence Taylor, like all these guys, right? These phenomenal guys, and you need someone. And I just think that Gary isn't dominant enough. He's good, but is he great? And he's good enough. Like he's our best edge rusher for sure, but we need another guy to be able to do that. So I hope that's what the Packers go and get next year. That's not for a long time, right? And we're missing Jair Alexander, Edrin Cooper, they missed. So, they missed tons of people too. So I don't want to like sit here and pretend like, it's like, oh, woe is me. But the pass rush isn't there. It isn't there, right? And so Billy says D-line and CB need to be drafted. I agree. And Jair seems to be hurt more than not anymore. Yeah, he's always hurt every year now. It's hard. But when he plays, he's so good, right, Billy? So that's important. Okay, so Jordan Love was absolutely awful in the first half, even though he never threw a pick yesterday. He was awful in the first half. I think it was 31 total yards of passing, but he was awesome in the second half. And I don't know, whatever the halftime adjustments were, whatever it was, is like, keep doing that. Like, why don't we do that? Why do we have bad starts over and over and over again? Right? So, yeah, that was really frustrating watching the two halves of Jordan Love, like, look so bad and then look so good. I think he's just a better player than he's playing. I do think his O-line help was a lot better in the second half, and he was able to have a little bit more time. Obviously, every quarterback's bad that doesn't get time to throw the ball. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Now, Keyshawn Nixon has been getting a lot of heat in the last number of weeks, but he had another game-changing play. That pick was awesome. Perfect timing. Love it. Love it. I want to see more of Keyshawn Nixon doing things like that. Last game he was great too. He's had a number of good games, but it's interesting. It's interesting to see. So yeah, I love seeing him make a difference. That's why I think they signed him to do kick returns, to make those big plays on defense. I love that. I love that. And then the Packers now have 9 wins, but only 4 losses. So they picked up another loss. I think Green Bay needs a minimum of 1 more win to make the playoffs. Right now, before this week started, if we made the playoffs, we'd be going to Seattle, to be playing the Seahawks if they end up winning the division. And actually, this week coming up on Sunday Night Football, I'm going to be in Seattle watching my Packers play, cheering the Packers on. So it could be a playoff preview, and I'm really hoping it is, because the Packers, I think, have a great chance to beat a team like Seattle. Not that Seattle's bad, but I think Green Bay's better, and we're going to find out this week. So it's a playoff game. Just want to dive in there. Yes, I do realize, John, that there are missed calls both ways. In fact, at the beginning of this video, I did talk about that and said that that's why I'm not using the refs as the excuse. I'm not using the refs as the excuse. So you're right. There was missed calls both ways. 100%. But the ones, and I understand why Packers fans are so upset, because the ones that were missed were brutal. Especially that hold, especially the St. Brown one. Like, there was there were some really bad, blatant ones that was brutal. Even the one on Christian Watson, I mean, it's arguable, but I can understand why they called it. I don't agree with it, but I'm not making an excuse for that. Absolutely not, right? And Billy, you know how he said, he's commenting because I said sometimes you got to beat the opponent and the refs. And Billy said, I tell the kids I coach, take the game out of the ref's hand. I know, but what do you do when it's a league of parity, when there's two evenly matched teams? I mean, sometimes it comes down to that, right, Billy? So you're right. That's the correct answer. It just doesn't always land perfectly on that there. So yeah, everyone, it was really an entertaining game. It's going to be marked by all the penalties that weren't called, or I should say all the plays that weren't called that were clearly penalties. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. It is what it is. We lost the game. It's 34-31. We're 9-4. They're 12-1. They have clinched a playoff spot. We're still trying to clinch a playoff spot. I'm excited about what's going on in Green Bay. I love the progression. Man, I want to get another shot at them in the playoffs. I want us to get into the playoffs, win our first game on the road, and then go into Detroit. I would love, love, love to see that. I hope the Packers get a chance to play Detroit again and we get another opportunity. I think we have a legitimate chance of beating the Lions. But maybe that we won't play them right away. Maybe we'll end up playing them in the NFC Championship game. So post your comments later if you're watching this later. If you haven't hit the like and subscribe, please do. I'd appreciate it. I'm just going to dive into a few comments. And then here we go. WW. I love it. Jordan Love was playing versus patchwork offense and couldn't get it done. That's right. Yeah, patchwork defense, right? Defense, you meant. Yes, defense. You're right. And we're taking the L. Yeah. So, yes, the Lions have been better than us. Absolutely. 100%. Lions have been better than us this year, but let us give us another shot. You know how hard it is when 3 games in a row against a team? Give me a chance. I would love to have another chance in the playoffs against the Lions. I got no problems. And you're right. The Packers need to learn and improve. It's the regular season. It's not the playoffs. The season's not over, like you're saying, right? It's totally right. At the end of the day, we're totally fine. We're totally fine. We've got lots of football to still play. I hope that there's no more injuries on either team and that we just have a great run. I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens in the future here. I cannot wait. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But I do love these divisional games. They're crazy. The Minnesota is legitimate as well. They almost beat the Lions too. Same with the Bears. They played really good. So I do think that it's just so fun to watch these teams battle it out. But the Bears, with the new coaching change, maybe that's going to help. I'm not sure. We'll see. Maybe they're going to mess up some of the playoff seedings and stuff there as well. Play spoiler. But they've been so up and down, more down than up, but just kind of been turning around at the right time, but losing close games. So you got to find ways to win, and that's where Green Bay, Detroit, and Minnesota have been finding ways to win this year. This is why it's the best division in football, and it's been really cool. So Billy wants to push back to this comment, and he says, I mean, learn and improve, ? Both games have been close, but think what you want to. I mean, yeah, it's not that it's not brutal. We're there. And a couple plays can go our way. So Chris says, how do you feel about Green Bay losing to a third string defense? I'm not happy about that. Think they're still okay? Absolutely. I still think this team's okay. This is the regular season. At the end of the day, we're going to continue to compete and contend. I want our team to be playing like this. And maybe the bigger question is not about Green Bay, but the bigger question is this: are you guys going to be healthy walking into the playoffs? So you could talk all you want about us, but you should be more worried about your path to trying to get to a Super Bowl, which have you ever even been to a Super Bowl yet? That's the thing. So Detroit is very, very good this year. They look like a Super Bowl contender, should be a Super Bowl contender, but will they become one? Will they actually do it? It's one thing to be great in week 13. It's another thing to win the Super Bowl. So, or even to make a Super Bowl. That's tough to do. So let's talk about your team. Are you going to be healthy enough? Are you going to be good enough? Are you going to make stupid mistakes where you go for 4 on 4th or you 4th down when you shouldn't be doing that? Are you going to be doing stupid stuff like faking a punt in your own end? Like that's what happens. Like, so don't, Chris, I can handle it, man. I can handle it. Can you handle it? Can you handle it? I'm not sure you can. I know you probably can. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Q says that making excuses is not Packers like. This is how you know times have changed. I'm not making excuses. I'm just talking about those are, but yes, other Packers fans, most Packer fans, most media guys, most YouTubers are all saying, you know, and that's the excuse. And I understand what they're saying. So the Lions are the gold standards. Packers lost. Oh, sure. I can't argue with that right now. And you're right. I can't argue with that. So they are gold standard. Yeah, they've been great this year. They were great last year. Yeah, and we've had close games with you guys as well. So it's not like we're far off. So Ben says, I've always wondered if Packers tears taste like cheese. Well, I don't cry over games. So, but if they do, that would be awesome because I love cheese. I don't know who doesn't like cheese, right? I mean, everyone likes cheese. So, but yeah, that's a great comment, Ben. I'm really glad that you're here. That is awesome. Welcome. Good to have you here. Congrats to your team on winning and beating us twice. You swept us this year. That's disappointing for me, but good for you guys, and you deserve all the credit you're getting right now. So if Packers are great, then you win that game. No, that it doesn't matter. Like, we're talking regular season, bro. That's what we're talking. We're talking in the grind of a season. I think we are great. I think we have lots of things that are going on. At the end of the day, we're a 9-win team after 13 weeks. That's really good. That's really good. Like, just because you're the Lions are a 12-team league or 12-team win team, yeah, you're better, okay? But don't talk to me about you're being great in week 13. Talk to me about when we make the playoffs and then what happens. Because you had a great team last year and you lost to San Francisco. So you lost by 3. Guess what? So did we. So it is what it is. So Billy says, no one is making excuses. Did you watch the show? I literally started off saying I wanted to start, Billy. You're right. I wanted to start this video. If you guys haven't watched the beginning, go to the beginning. I'm not making excuses. I'm just talking about how Packers fans have a legitimate argument, but I'm not making excuses for this. We lost. We should not have lost that game. Absolutely. We've lost to you, yeah, for years. Yeah, I don't know. Like, Ben, please send it to me on X or on Facebook. Some of these stupid calls that you guys have lost to the Green Bay Packers. Please do send it to me, whatever it's a YouTube clip or whatever. I would love to see who you lost to. Stupid calls from us. That would be great. And I'm totally open to seeing those. That would be really awesome. Packers are garbage. Bro, okay, first of all, let me just be honest, okay? You can say whatever you want. You can have any opinion, and I'm happy that you're here, okay? But this comment is actually garbage because we're 9-4. That doesn't mean you're garbage. We're not garbage. Just because the Lions are better than us this year at this stage doesn't mean we're garbage. It means that the Lions are great. So the idea, the audacity that you would even say such a thing. I mean, you can say whatever you want. You can say dumb comments like that. Go for it. But it's just not true. That's just factually incorrect. The Green Bay Packers are not garbage. You know who's garbage? The Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals are garbage. They're 4-8, and Joe Burrow's having an MVP type season. They had the best receiver in football on their team. And you know what I mean? That is a garbage team. The Bears have been garbage. The Jaguars have been garbage. You know, just we can start naming these garbage franchises. That's garbage. We're making the playoffs, baby, playoffs, and you better win, because I'm telling you right now. That's the thing. As you're right, Billy. I give the Lions props. I give the credit this whole show, and people still come in. They come in late though, so I'll give them a little bit of their. Can Jordan Love win playoff games? He did last year. He did last year. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. I'm a Lions fan, but you guys showed up for real. Exactly, John. I appreciate that. That's a respectful comment. I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. Glad that you're here. And you're right. Lions were better this year. You've swept us this year. Congrats to the Lions. You guys have a fantastic team. You guys are ferocious, truly ferocious. You guys play tough football, run the ball really well. And then, like, JMO killed us yesterday. We need Jair back for sure. But man, you have a good team, and Jared Goff has been really great this year. So yeah, Packers, we can handle it. Absolutely. I'm not doing that, so I don't know who you're talking about. Q, you can talk about whoever you want. Not gonna lie, I didn't think we'd still win every game after Hutch went down. I agree. I was shocked. I'm shocked you guys are still winning. It shows your depth and shows your coaching. It shows the resiliency of your team. 13 defenders on IR is insane. Okay. Well, actually, I'm not going on to the next game yet. We're talking about the game that just happened last night. I'm going to the game in Seattle. So I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped. I can't wait. I'll talk about that later on. Yeah, we did have 2 shots. Congrats. That's yeah, Q, you sound like an awesome person. I hope your season keeps it up this season. I know, right? Oh my goodness, dude. Can you talk to me once you actually win a Super Bowl? When you make a Super Bowl? Like, Packers are not playing subpar. It's ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Yeah, don't talk about championship football and Lions are better clear. Okay. Well, let's talk about the rings. Let's talk about NFC championship games. Let's talk about it. You guys you better get there. With that team, you better win. I'm telling you right now, you better. So, dude, we already won a playoff game last year. We are playoff winners. Jordan Love, in his first year as a starter, got 9 wins. In his second year as a starter, already has 9 wins. I don't really know what else you want. So, oh my goodness. Dude, I'm so glad that Aaron Rodgers is gone. We got rid of him 1 year too late. I love Aaron Rodgers, my favorite player of all time. But this is absolutely so out of touch, bro. You're so out of touch on this. Man, we can totally handle not having Aaron Rodgers. Totally. I'm very happy that he's gone. I loved what he did for our franchise. The Fail Mary a few years ago when they called the face-offs. Well, didn't the face-offs go sideways, Ben? When someone caught a bit of his uniform, comes out. Oh, yeah, actually, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right on that. I'll have to. If you post that one into the Facebook or X for me. I would love to watch it, Ben. Thanks for that. I was thinking. I wonder if that's one he was thinking of. But yeah, these shows are fun when football fans can chat and have fun talking. Q is the type of person that makes this stuff not as fun. I mean, It's because he won, that his team won. It's fine. It's fine. Your team won. Congrats. Big deal. Shout out to the Packers for bringing the fire so Detroit could shine. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, cute. Just not true. Not true. Packers better win. They lost. Yeah, we did. Yeah. You better win. You better win when the playoffs happen. You want to talk about better win? Mile, sorry, bro, sorry about this Q troll. Lions fans here, and respect to the Packers made Lions work hard. Thank you. Glad to have you here. If you're new to the channel, hit the like and subscribe, everyone. I really, really appreciate it. It's hilarious, though. It's hilarious to me that Lions fans are coming to say, hey, even Q's being a troll. Dude, your own fan base is calling you a troll. And you're allowed to troll. Go for it. If that's the kind of person you want to be, that's fine. That's totally fine. But I do respect the Lions. I do think that they're fantastic. There are been players in the past, like I still think arguably Barry Sanders is the greatest running back in NFL history. Megatron, he's got to be in the conversation as one of the greatest wide receivers ever. But there hasn't been a lot of success over the years with these teams. There's been a lot of disappointing times. So it would have been really hard to be a Lions fan. And I think it's awesome that you guys are having success. And I'm finding that most people in the NFC North have respect towards the Lions. I definitely do. I love their coach. I love their system. I love their run game. Their defense comes to play. They hit hard. So, yeah. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. But the Lions have been very good this year and very good last year. I've been very, very impressed. Ben says it was a good game. I thought so. Honestly, it could have gone either way. It totally could have. Your own fan base is trolling you, buddy. That is losing hurts, doesn't it? It was disappointing. I can't say it hurt. Oh man, you are trolling so good. Billy, thank you so much for coming by tonight. You're awesome. Yeah. And then calls were even 7-7. I don't know if I would say that, but that's fine. Malcolm, you're totally welcome to think that, believe that. I didn't see anything like when I looked at these calls, they were pretty blatant. But I'm not making excuses. I'm not making excuses at all. Not at all. Not at all. That you guys won. Yeah, we should have won. Bunch of babies get a real quarterback and try again. That is hilarious. Mark, thank you so much for coming in and sharing that. That is hilarious. And obviously you came in later on in the conversation. If you go back and watch the beginning of my thing, you might have a different take on my content, because I'm not crying. I'm not crying. So I appreciate your attitude. It's a good thing for us to have a heated. Absolutely. Absolutely. The NFC North is so fun to watch right now. They're not only the best division of football, but they are the games of the week. So when Detroit plays Minnesota next, game of the week. When Green Bay plays Minnesota next, game of the week. You know what? When Chicago almost beat the Lions, game of the week, everyone. When Chicago played us, game of the week. Like, so it's just really fun. I love the rivalry. Just a heads up, everyone. I don't know if you know this, but I'm on a NFL Freezing 4, NFC North Freezing 4 podcast with NFL Outdated. He's a Bears fan. He brings us all together on Wednesday nights. I haven't been able to be there the last couple of weeks because I'm coaching my son's basketball team, but it is such a good one. We've got a representative from the Lions, from the Vikings, from Packers, from the Bears, and we just go and debate and talk and have fun together. So I appreciate the NFC North rivalry that's going on. And finally, like, there is a rivalry again. You know what I mean? We had dominated for so long, so it's really good to see. I think it's healthy for the league. Absolutely 100%. So, yeah. So that's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. There's a lot of people in here watching this today. I just thank you for being here, being a part of this. Let's just again, congrats to the Lions for winning again, 34-31. I really want to get a third crack in the playoffs. Personally, I really do. I want to see it happen. I'm excited about that. I did watch Ben. I watched his, and what my biggest takeaway is that he doesn't like complaining like about the refs like I do, but he was like, these were so blatant that's what. And he said, please, Lions fan, post in the comments if you think I've been crying about this. Make some comments, go for it. And he kind of owned it, but I don't think he was crying. I don't think he was crying at all. I do think that he was making valid points, but he was disappointed. I would be even more so. Like, I'm not blaming the refs. I'm not. Yes, did they miss calls? Of course they did. I do believe that they missed calls on both sides of the ball. So yeah, Ben, you're right. Like, I can understand why Lions fans would think that Peter would be acting that way, but when I listened to it, I was like, no, I understand. He's really upset that those calls weren't called. Casey is here, or Corey is here, and he said Cheesehead's crying is hilarious. I'm not crying. They can't accept the here and now. I'm not. I've given credit to the Lions. I don't understand what you're saying. Maybe you're talking about some other fans. Maybe you're talking about some other content creators. Not me, man. And we are going to see teams that have not won in the past have nothing to hang their hat on. Nobody. That's a fact. So what you do is you say, oh, the here and now. I talk about the here and now and the past because we have a great past. That's why we're called Title Town, right? See it right there, Title Town, USA, because we won championships. We've won 4. So I'm good at definitely every team. You don't think the New England Patriots are going to talk about their 6 Super Bowls for the rest of their lives? You don't think the 49ers talk about their Super Bowls? Only teams that don't win don't talk about it. So I'm not crying. I accept the loss. Congratulations to the Lions for winning, but I'm not crying. I'm not crying. I want another shot at the Lions. Give us another shot, baby, because I think we're going to beat you if we beat you in the playoffs. I really do. And you guys, it'll be interesting to see what you think. Like everyone's trying to crown the Lions to win the Super Bowl right now, a lot of football still to be played. And some of those dumb calls that you guys make might cost you in the playoffs. And then what? So I'm hoping that you guys learn from your mistakes. But I don't think so. I think that's what's going to happen. So, I'm not spewing excuses. I'm not. So, these are just hilarious troll comments. I love it. Most of us are literally talking about Peter. Yes, I understand why. Of course, he's well known in Detroit for smack. He smack talks everyone, especially the Bears. So, we owned the 50s too, homie. Oh. So sorry, what does the 50s was that the NFL? Was it the NFL? If you want to go back that way, dude, we have 13 championships. You want to keep going farther back? It keeps getting better for us. So congrats. But see that you only use your narrative, Corey. You only use your narrative at this time. I can handle this. We have been so good for so long. Like you guys are finally feeling like what we've been felt for. Like I've been a fan for decades, and it's like, man, this has been so fun to be a Green Bay Packers fan. You know what? It's not been fun to be a Lions fan for decades. And so now you finally get to feel what we feel. Cool. Congratulations, Corey. Dude, you say, oh, the past doesn't matter. Oh, now you're going to use the past? Well, it even gets better for us. It's so awesome, Corey. I love it. And there's a reason why we can call it Title Town, not just because we won all those other championships, but if we just stick to 4 Super Bowls, that's amazing. Talk to me when you get one, and then we'll say, hey, maybe you guys can be good enough to win another one, right? So, anyways. Yeah, I agree, DM5. This is the new Lions. Absolutely. Very, very good team. You haven't won anything yet. So, but you win the North. Congrats. That's great. You might still not win I mean, maybe the Vikings win the North this season. Maybe somehow we go on a streak and you guys battle it out and you lose some games. I don't know. You should win the North. But Dan Campbell is awesome, and Brad Holmes in the building is very good, except second or third. That's fine. I mean, so you guys win the North a couple years, and then it's like all of a sudden you're like you're going to win the Super. Prove it first. Prove it first. So, yeah, and it is title town because of that. It is title town. Like that's what we do. We win titles. That's what it is. We win titles, bro. We win Super Bowl rings. That's what we do. We win. It is. It is. Yeah, I know. He didn't want me to go to the past, Ben. This is what's so funny. Okay, I wasn't alive in the 50s. No, I wasn't. You know what I mean? Not in the 60s. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so he's like criticizing me because I'm talking about the past. You know, the last NFC North team to win a Super Bowl? Not the Bears. It's Packers. Because we know the Vikings and the Lions still haven't won, right? So, but yeah, you're right. He's like, don't go to the past. That's what they always just go to the past, and then he goes to the past. So, yeah, but you're right. Most of us weren't alive. Gibbs, JMO, Laporta, Branch, Campbell, Hutch ain't going anywhere. No, it's true. Yeah, you should be good for years, and I don't think it's over for the Packers. We're young. Future's bright in Green Bay. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm loving it. I love my team. I love watching my Packers play. It is so fun that we went from Favre to Rodgers, and now we're at Jordan Love. I'm loving this. I love being a Green Bay Packers fan. The success we've had over the years, and we will continue to have success, love it. But the Lions are for real. 100%. They're very good. They're very good. Dude, you just did this. You're so hypocritical. You just did this yourself, Corey. That's so weird. Don't you see the irony in this? Not only are we feeling it, our coach, GM, and players are better. Yep, I agree. Hellboy says, good game, man. Refs were absolutely terrible, and I'm glad it went our way this time. Yeah, you know what? Congrats to the Lions. Big win. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for commenting. Okay, prove that the Packers are relevant. We made the playoffs last year, won a playoff game. We're going to make the playoffs again this year. We have 9 wins again. That's relevant. Like, what else do you want, buddy? If you guys can't see the Lions are here to stay and your reign is over, you're delusional. Well, I don't know. Like, we'll see you come February. I mean, maybe. I think it's really weird that you think like you've already won the Super Bowl or going to the Super Bowl in December, early December. Like, it's just not. It is what it is. So I do the Lions have a shot? Of course. Absolutely. And you better win. Brad Holmes is the real hero here. He's a genius at finding talent. Absolutely. And you know what's another thing that really helped the Lions? Not only finding that talent, but that trade with the Stafford, they ended up going and winning that Super Bowl, which is cool. The Rams, so that was a good trade for them. But maybe that was the trade that like really pushed you guys over the edge. Like you were already developing, drafting well, and then that one just got you like all those extra picks that you were able to hit on. So that's pretty cool. So poor Packer fan. Yeah. I'm not crying. You guys are hilarious. We're not. We're not what? We have a chance to win the Super Bowl too. But you guys just think that you're the kings and everyone else is peasants, and really you haven't won one yet. So talk to me when you win one. Talk to me when you win two. Talk to me, you know what I mean? But I do think that the Lions are very good. They have a good chance. They have one of the best chances in the league to win a Super Bowl this year. Will they do it? I'm not sure. So it was fun. I mean, you guys can bring it. There's nothing that you brought that really, like, it's good to have a little bit of banter, and I appreciate you being here. And if you like passionate, realistic, honest takes on the NFL, on the Packers, on the NFC North, hit the like and subscribe, everyone. Appreciate you being here. And I'm just excited. I'm excited about what's happening. So hope that you guys have a good day. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks very much for the conversation. And follow me on X, on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, and on Twitch. Have a great day, and go Pack Go.